Well, good morning. Oh my word, this is I think scary and exciting in equal measure. But it is really nice to be here. I'm feeling very grateful that I've been doing some kids Zooms this year, and so I'm kind of used to talking to a screen. But there we go. I don't have my tech assistant here with me, but Ollie assures me that he's in the background checking that it all works. So if you give me 1 second, because I get nervous. Yeah, that's fine. I'm coming across. I've got things set up here, but I'm definitely in my spare room. I mean, my iPad stand is Shakespeare with some foam pads. I've got notes for what I'm going to tell you about stuck around the screen. It's pretty amateurish, but we'll all be grand. So it's really nice to see you here. I was a little bit nervous that when I started there'd be like one person. So it is really nice to see you. And if I magically click on here, I should be able, maybe not, to say good morning to some of you. So we've got Robert and Liz Snedden, and we've got Jeanette, we've got Linda Love. We've got Kathleen, Eleanor, Susan, Craig. Lots of people saying good morning and commenting on the weather. Of course it is. For those of you who live in Balerno, we're approaching gala season, so of course it's raining. Last year, zero gala, lockdown, gorgeous May, beautiful sunshine. It's just the way it goes, isn't it? Anyway, to get you talking, I have got you a question, because that's the way it goes. And here we are. You might need to think back. Some of you, I think, will be able to answer it really quickly. Others might have to give it some thought. I'm looking for honest answers here too. What is the very first thing you do when you wake up? So we'll see what happens. For me, well, it kind of depends on the day of the week. I'll see what some of your answers are, and then I might explain that one, or I might not. We'll see how it goes. So I've got my iPad set up here beside me to see the comments. Can't see any comments on Restream. No idea what's going on. I have no idea. I tell you what, I'm longing for a room of people who I can see when I'm chatting. Let's see. Where are my comments? Here we go. Susan Smith says she opens her eyes. Very good. Yes. Linda Love looks at the time. Yeah, I often do that and then roll back over if I can. Or despair that, it's not even daylight yet. Let's see, what else have we got? Yeah, Ollie's opening his eyes too. Maybe, Ollie, you get jumped on and then have to open your eyes to see who it was. I don't really miss those days, to be honest. Turn off the alarm. Yeah, Emma, tell the cat it's too early for breakfast. Yes, absolutely. I shut my cat downstairs now overnight because she drives me mad. Last night, I'm going to bed, found her under my bed, and she refused to come out. So I thought, oh, do you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll let her stay here. Don't know why I haven't learned my cat's like most of my life. 2 a.m. this morning, Mom, can I get in with you? The cat, that is. 4 a.m, Mom, I want to go out. She's got a cat flap. So lesson learned again. But definitely conversations with the cat on waking up. Let me see. I'm loving your comments. I'm feeling quite reassured by your comments. We all have crazy ways to wake up, don't we? Think, what day is it, Richard? Yes. Now, those of you of a certain age, okay, will remember a song by Blur. When the guy says, he's sleeping on a park bench or something, I think, and he says, except on Wednesdays when he gets rudely awakened by the dustmen. Wednesdays on my street is bin day. I think our street is the first one done because generally about 6:45, crash, bang, clatter. Alternate weeks, it's the glass getting poured into the lorry. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure I really need an alarm for Midweek Live because it's on a Wednesday and I get woken up by the bin men every single week. But generally, I pretty much look at the time as well. Some of you, I know the first thing that you'll do would be to reach for your glasses. Let's see. Oh, Jeanette's having fights with a cat as well. Oh, excellent. Cat fight out the window. It's just what you need, isn't it? Susan Bindi here too. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the fact that they come early in the morning, it gets it done, I can get the bins back in, but they are so noisy. Excellent. Good morning, Gail. How are you doing? It's very cool seeing all these people and people chatting. It's, yeah, it's strange, isn't it? A year in and we're becoming a bit more comfortable on screens. One of the kids' Zooms that I did last week, their baby was a baby, isn't a baby, sitting in the background, totally comfortable with me waving at camera going, hiya, hiya, and he's like, hiya, just as if it's like completely normal. The rest of us are like, no, still not normal. But you know, things like Midweek Live wouldn't have happened without all the restrictions last year. So I find that really exciting. I do. I genuinely do. Okay. Well, there's still some people coming in and I'm still seeing all these comments on what you do first thing in the morning. Here's a slightly deeper question for you. Okay. Let's see how you get on with this one. Have you ever lost something precious or important? Have you ever lost something precious or important? Oh, I've just found chat on the computer. Here we go. Excellent. Let's have a look. Oh, see, I missed all of you people on here. I do apologize. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Amanda. Excellent. Here we go. The first thing you do is plug in the iPhone. That's obviously you taking advice that says, you know, do not charge appliances overnight. So have you ever lost something precious or important? Let's see how our comments are going on Facebook. Facebook's a bit delayed from here. Oh, here we go. I'm just asking you the question now on Facebook. Amazing. I tend to lose the trivial things. Let's see, Jeanette, you lost Anya at the zoo. Oh, yeah, we have an arranged rendezvous point at the zoo. It's not happened yet. In fact, I haven't really lost Hazel yet. My mum did lose me in John Lewis once. Went to buy shoes with my Nana and lifts opening. Nana slowly with a stick. I ran ahead to the lift. In you get. Lift doors closed. Me, being me, I was like, oh, well, I'll just wait when I get out of the lift. End up having an argument with a lady in the lift who wanted to take me off to customer services. Do you know what? She was doing the right thing, but I was like, no, it's fine. I'll just wait because my mum will come. My mum will come. I think my mum was probably a little bit more scared than me. Craig Hall says, lost a pocket watch. Ooh. Did you ever find it again, Craig? That's the question. Oh, he just says he found it 2 years later in the safe place. Safe places are very dangerous things, aren't they? Oh no, somebody lost their engagement ring and I can't see who it was. Let me see. Gail Aston. Oh, see, I need to know if they've been found. And Kathleen Russell lose things all the time, wedding and engagement rings. Oh dear, Kathleen, that's slightly worrying. Slightly worrying. Thankfully, the ring isn't the thing that confirms the marriage, is it? Let's have a look and see. Oh, do you know, we were at Legoland a few years ago and I came across a little boy on his own with ice cream melting everywhere, glasses steamed up, tears running down his face. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to do something. So I knelt down. I had Hazel with me, which I think is always helpful in these situations. And I was like, are you okay? And he's like, I've lost my mummy. I was like, okay, well, I'm Caitlin. This is Hazel. We'll stick with you and we'll go and find her, shall we? So anyway, I spotted a staff member and I explained the situation to him. Those of you who know Legoland, we were right at the far end, down the bottom. The kind of booking office entrance is way up the hill. So the staff member said helpfully, oh, well, we'll take him up to the reception bit. I was like, I think his mom is probably quite close by. Didn't really want to get into an argument with a staff member. Anyway, then another member of the public appears and he says, there's a woman round there shouting someone's name. She looks really worried. I'm thinking, So we sent him off to find the mom, and I stayed with the little boy. And oh my gosh, it was like that reunion that you would see, on a TV program or something. And she got there and gave him a big cuddle, and I was like, checked, clearly we're the right mom and the right son. I was like, patting her on the back, going, he'll be over it quicker than you. So anyway, we left him to it, went around the corner, and I realized that I was crying, and Hazel's looking at me going, Mummy, why are you crying? It's not me that was lost. I was like, oh my goodness. Mother's fear. Yes, I understand that. Oh, lost a coat on a train and only realized a couple of days later, presumably on the next cold day. Let me see, who was that? Susan Smith. Oh dear. Let's see. Yes, it's okay. Gail found the ring. Thank goodness me. Kathleen Russell didn't find the ring, but insurance paid out after several questions. Phew, thank goodness for that. Yvonne McEwen, good morning. She says, I finally worked out how to comment. Yeah, I finally worked out how to read the comments. So there we go. Anyway, I'm getting carried away. Feel free to keep on putting your comments about things that you've lost or found, in fact, especially if, the thing you found wasn't even yours. Now, because I'm, an amateur and I'm in my spare bedroom, I don't have a fancy stand or a second screen for my notes. So you're going to have to forgive me because, old style paper notes. So just forgive me if I'm kind of looking down, all right? But when I was thinking about this morning, I really felt like God wanted me to talk about the parable of the lost sheep. And it was one of those real kind of, I thought about other things. It's like, no, that is happening. And you see, the parables are fascinating. They are. They're often the stories that children remember hearing or that we remember hearing as children. They're just simple lessons to learn from, right? But actually, they're like onions. They have layers. And going back to them again, sometimes there's something new to be learned, or a fresh viewpoint, or a different analogy. Jesus used the parables as a teaching point based around the circumstances or the situation that he was in. He used them to answer questions. Sometimes he could definitely have answered the question in a more straightforward manner, but that wasn't his way. And his answers were for all those listening, for the children and the adults, the believers and the skeptics, the learned and the illiterate, which makes sense because Jesus was and is for everyone, Jew and Gentile, rich and poor, old and young. So the parables are too. Jesus was the ultimate teacher. He would have mastered distance learning, remote learning in a matter of moments. He would understand Microsoft Teams. He would match the learning style of every student in the classroom. He would identify those who needed support or encouragement. He would stand up for the weak and the vulnerable and champion those who slipped by the side. He would understand the different teaching methodologies and switch seamlessly between them. He would, he did, and he does. And let's face it, his followers, both 2,000 years ago and now, are not the perfect students. We listen to sermons and we nod. We even discuss them at house group. A few days later, we vow to reread the passage and action it. And sometimes we do, and other times we forget. So we need taught again. This time with a little bit of extra information. It's called spiraling or scaffolding for those of you that like the technology, the posh words, the jargon. When we return to what we've already learned and we add a bit more onto it, we remember what we first knew, and that develops and grows. It's like learning the dance moves to verse 1 of a song and then adding the chorus. It's perfecting the handstand before the walkover, adding topping before making a pizza base the next time. It's like building a Lego house before building Big Ben. So these simple stories about lost coins and sheep and sons, the talents and the pearls, they're not so simple anymore. we can add a layer of complexity. And knowing the text, we can dive straight in. So here goes. You know the story. A shepherd, 100 sheep. One goes missing. Shepherd leaves the 99, goes to find it, finds it, brings it home. Everyone has a party. Boom, Bob's your uncle. Done. There's so much to learn here about the shepherd, the lost sheep, the partygoers. It's about the saved, the lost, the father, the angels, the witnesses, the discovery, the search, the celebration, and depending on your age and stage, your circumstances, your mood, you might relate to any of these characters or emotions. Ollie, you could do a whole series of sermons on the lessons within just this one parable. But when I was planning this, I felt God say very clearly that sheep was worth looking for. That's the cat just arrived to help me. So today I'm thinking briefly, not about the shepherd, but about the sheep. That sheep mattered. Last year, when we were all staying at home, a campaign grew after the horrific death of George Floyd. Trying to explain what Black Lives Matter meant to an almost 7-year-old was not as simple as I first thought. You see, every life matters. Every individual is precious to God. Jesus died for every single one of us. So why did a black life matter over another? And why not a white life? We had a lot of talking and a lot of explaining to do. Every sheep mattered to that shepherd. But on that day, at that point, what really mattered was that sheep, the lost sheep. That sheep mattered on that day. That sheep needed found, and the shepherd could not ignore it. He couldn't claim to love all his sheep if he wasn't concerned when one went missing. He couldn't claim that all his sheep mattered if, in actual fact, only 99 of them did. And the one that went missing was special. Not because it was different to the others, or because it was better or worse, or needed extra support or encouragement. That sheep was special because the shepherd loved it, despite its terrible sense of direction or its ability to be distracted. That sheep was worth looking for. You see, for us, the lesson from this parable is that we need to recognize that the lost sheep had been in the flock. He was one of the 100, but then he got a bit lost. He wandered off. He got distracted and stopped listening to his beloved shepherd. He went to taste the grass elsewhere. He probably still thought he was one of the flock, but then without realizing it had happened, the flock and the shepherd were out of sight. What had started as a brief distraction had grown into opposite choices, deliberate decisions, and a distancing. The shepherd had a choice to make. He could lament on losing one of his sheep, but keep focusing on those he had left. He could shrug and accept it. Or he could go in search of that sheep he loved, find it, and bring it back. I am so encouraged that when we get distracted or wander off, our Heavenly Father does not shrug or ignore us, but because he loves us, he comes to search for us. He brings us back to the flock to be kept safe with the others, because we're special, because we matter. I matter. You matter. And he wants to keep us safe in his flock. I have ignored some of the chat while I was saying that because I am easily distracted. Let's have a look and see. We've got passports left on trains, baseball caps left on the underground. My goodness me. Oh, an Apple Pencil. I only discovered that this was a thing really recently when one of the kids on a Zoom showed me this amazing pointer thing. Lara says, I've been thinking on this parable this week and on the 99 who were left behind. Did they feel shepherdless, or did they feel secure in his love and care, even though they couldn't see and hear him? Oh, that is one to ponder, isn't it? That is definitely one to ponder. I was going to give a theological answer there, but I'm not sure if it was correct. So I might do that thing of, thinking before speaking. I'm not always that good at that. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness, expensive rings found outside a party. Lost long ago. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, you have to read that comment. I want to know who that was from, because that's an amazing little, from Irene. Wow. At a birthday party, a little girl runs in to show her mom a ring she found on the stones outside. Turns out to be a very expensive ring lost years ago. By surprise, a mum whose child at the party shows everyone the markings inside the engagement ring. They had prayed and cried about it and given up. God answers prayers. That's awesome. That's amazing. Cool. Well, while you are still pondering about sheep and shepherds and green grass, clearly the grass needs the rain today, because, yeah. I have a few notices for you. A reminder that Connections is on tomorrow night, exploring the subject of anger. There's lots of people already signed up. There'll be no need to kind of talk about personal challenges or experiences about anger. There'll be some practical tips and advice, though. You can still book in for that. So check your email, see if you can find the Church Street invite. And if you're really struggling to find that and you want to join in, get in touch with Andrea Brewster. On Sunday, those of you from Livingston, a face-to-face service in the Howden Park Centre. Don't go to St Margaret's. 4:30, there are still a few spaces available. And there is a preschool provision alongside that service. I'm going to be there, and it's going to be so nice to see some of your faces, not on a screen. Can't wait. Can't wait. Also on Sunday, we've got Abide. So Andrew Quinn will be heading that up, and Laura Clegg is leading the worship that evening. Can't wait. We've had an amazing time with some families joining in on Zoom to watch and listen to Abide and get creative with our paints and our colours. We're remembering Creative Curve in the concourse in Ballerina High School, and we've been doing it in our homes, and it has been absolutely lovely. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Let's see how we're doing with these comments. Oh, Linda, thank you for the wise words. Thank you, Linda. Definitely not my words, definitely what God wanted to share this morning. I'm going to have to go away and think about what Lara was saying there too. Amazing. Fantastic. Well, we are just about out of time, so I did think that I would leave you with an earworm. Sometimes these happen accidentally. I don't know if you're like me. I'll be listening to a sermon and suddenly a song that I knew 20 years ago pings into my head, and that's it for the day. Sarah, of course, spoke to us last week and shared that Phil Wickham song, which is just, it's a beautiful, beautiful song, all about the battle belonging to God. And I was thinking long and hard, and there's the song that we sing in church that says leave the 99, and then there's songs about the Psalms. No, the earworm that I've got, and you can sing along if you know it, and I'll apologize in advance for giving you it all day, but in my head I am now singing, I just want to be a sheep, ba ba, I just want to be a sheep, ba ba. Sing along if you know the words. Trust the Lord with my soul to keep, I just want to be a sheep, ba ba. When Hazel watches this later, I'll get a row for singing. But feel free to add your own midweek earworm. I don't care if that's a really annoying song in your head all day, if it reminds you that you're a sheep. Oh my goodness me. Well, it has been good fun this morning. You're all still there, which is always encouraging. I was worried you might all disappear halfway through. Yeah, see, some of you are now singing along. I do apologize. Some of you, of course, have no idea of what that song is actually about. Count yourselves lucky. Yes. What a pity I don't know that song. I won't have it as an earworm. Susan, I'll happily send you, yeah, no, I won't. No, I won't. Susan Masterton says she doesn't know the song either. Right, okay, I'm going to have to rectify this. It's one of those songs that there are all sorts of slightly odd verses that go along. Talks about goats, hypocrites. It's great. It's great. If I can find a YouTube version of it, I will post a link, but count yourselves lucky if you don't know it, to be honest. I just want to be a sheep. Ba, ba. Wendy, not singing. Well, I'll have to sort that one out then. I have your number on my WhatsApp. I'll just do a little voice recording for you and I'll get you through the day. Well, oh, do you know what? We're not actually quite out of time because my timer up in that corner of the screen includes the 5 minutes from the countdown. Well, there you go. See, tech lesson number 2, which means you can listen to me spraff for a bit longer. No, it's great. It means I've got a few more minutes to look at some of your messages. I've got the iPad set up here to see the messages on Facebook. But that means I have to look in 2 different places. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, Irene's bang away. Yeah, you love it, really. Lara Thompson, love it. Oh, you've got your sheep emoji. I have no idea how to do that on here. Not a clue. In fact, if any of you get emails from me at the moment, I think I keep sending a little square with a dot in it that's meant to be a smiley face on my computer. It's definitely not a smiley face, but there we go. Excellent. Oh, thank you. Kathleen says, lovely to see your big smile today. Thank you for the encouraging talk. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. I enjoyed doing it. I'm reassured that it's still all going online because you're all commenting on it. I will shortly go off and have some breakfast and get on with work. And then this afternoon, I'm so excited. It's our second trip to the library. We went last, I don't know, about a week ago. The lovely librarian let Hazel take out 12 books and we need to go again. My credit card is very grateful for the libraries being reopened. That's all I can say. Well, time really is just about up. Last look at the comments and then I am going to let you all go and get a coffee. Oh, somebody has found a link. Amazing. I'm not going to check it now because everything will go completely pear-shaped and wrong. Susan Masterson, don't know the song, but sounds like fun. It is fun. I can't see who's shared the link. It says Facebook user, but I can't find them on Facebook. Well, there you go. No idea. Oh, which library is open now? There's a few that are open, Susan. I'm going to Kirkliston, which obviously doesn't work if you don't have a car. Yeah, the library's website, I think there's 5 of them are reopened now. You have to book it in a session. You get a 15-minute slot. It's fabulous. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to sign off, guys. Have an amazing week. I will see some of you in Livingston on Sunday, and others I might see walking around Balerno, or hopefully at one of the face-to-face events soon. Oh, it was Emma Galloway that shared the link. Emma's always on the ball. She could do this techie stuff in her sleep. Thank you very much, Emma. I will see you all soon. All right, take care and have an amazing day. Bye.